Good afternoon, everybody. Me and TJ are back at an earlier slot today because Tottenham have a football match today. Yes, the Carabao Cup. We're going to delve into that. We're going to delve into last weekend's football. We're going to delve into the crazy transfer market. And just as I was sat in a 5-minute timer, we've got some breaking news. Not just Bayern Munich, but Borussia Dortmund want Eric Dyer. Wow. TJ, before we go into loads and loads and cram loads and loads of stuff into an hour, how are you doing, mate?
Is it bad to still be angry about a match like 3 days later?
No, of course. It feels weird because it feels later than a Tuesday, doesn't it? Because normally we do
I had to take 2 days off of YouTube because I was afraid I was going to get canceled. I'm dead serious. No, it was bad. It was very bad. We drew to 10-man at home, Perchy.
TJ, let's delve into it. Let's unpack it all, unravel it all. We'll go into that. We'll go into the transfer dealings for both clubs. We'll delve into Tottenham playing Fulham, the same team that you drew to, later on this evening in about a couple of hours or so. We keep it about 3 hours or so, just under 3 hours. So let's delve into it. Firstly, what happened? You went what? Was it? They went 1-0 up, right? They went 1-0 up. You equalised. You went 2-1 up, and then they equalised after
on a Calvin Bassey in the 87th minute.
And let's be honest, they probably should have won it. If it was anyone else other than Adama Traore, they win that game of football, right? I mean, he can't finish his dinner. So I think you were lucky because I think he should have. He gets one-on-one with Ramsdale, and any other day of the week, a prolific attacker puts that round the goalkeeper and wins it in added time, right? So talk to me. Let rip. Say what you want. Let's go with it.
All right. I was shocked to see that Adama Traore was still in the Premier League. I had to ask somebody about that. Just be like, oh, somebody actually signed him. I thought many? This guy has more lives than a cat.
I don't know how he does it. He just runs fast. That's why he runs away from everything and gets away with it.
He runs too fast, and he's a monster. But anyway, So we did our best Spurs impression and conceded in the first 2 minutes. And it was absolutely embarrassing. I haven't even gone back to watch the watch along because I was fuming the entire time. Bad. I mean, we're playing this formation, Perchy, and I talked to you guys about this last week. This people are saying it's a 4-3-3, but it isn't. It's a 3-4-3, party going inverted, and we're playing a back three of now Kiwior, Saliba, and Ben White. And when you play back threes like that and you're putting back passes, and you're trying to pass back to your back three and they aren't ready for it, or you mess that up, there is one less person on that back line that can help cover. Ramsdale was caught too far off of his line and we got chipped in the first against Fulham. And then after that, I didn't see any marked improvement until halftime when Arteta made changes. And the one good thing that Arteta did that entire game, and I am fuming with Arteta right now, is his substitutions. Like he did a good job with that, but that entire first half was dead out of players that we expect performances out of. So with the likes of Leo Trossard, the likes of, unfortunately, Kai Havertz, the likes of Martinelli. I mean, Martinelli, I don't know what's going on with him, but he just hasn't been able to pull the trigger in the last 2 games. And we're really missing his ability to finish on that left side. He has the pace. Don't get me wrong. He has the pace, but he can't finish it, which is really, really hurting us right now. And then, fast forward to the second half, we subbed in Eddie Nketiah and Fabio Vieira, 2 people that on a normal day would give me gray hair. And they performed. They actually got us back into that game. Fabio Vieira, excellent effort to draw the pen that Saka put away. I'm glad to see Saka getting confident in the taking pens again. and we had Odegaard on it, but we put Saka back in, and he slotted it home. Great to see that. And then 2 minutes later, Fabio Vieira squares one right to Nketiah, and he puts us up 2-1. And then it just seems like we went complete ghost after that. Perch, we didn't finish out the game. Set piece in, Paulinho in the box, squares it away, and that's all she wrote. I've firmly put this one on Arteta. We need to stop playing this 3-4-3 nonsense. We need to get Gabriel back in the starting 11, and solidify our defense a little bit. Yep. And we need to sit Kai Havertz. So what? And the last thing I'm going to be saying on this, and then I'll let you comment, because I feel like I'm just going on and on and on now.
No, do your thing.
I am tired of the for the first 2 games, all I heard was TJ. He's had average performances. But all I've heard out of Chelsea fans before was like, yeah, that's all you're going to get is an average performance. Yeah, an average performance. That performance on Saturday was below average. He got a 3 or a 4. He was caught offside twice. Was not moving in the box. Was awful. Would not be half of what you would expect to see out of a number 8 that's playing for Arsenal. So I'm tired of hearing the Top Gooners or other channels saying give him a chance. He's had 3 years in the Prem to have a chance. It's time to drop him. It's time to put Gabriel in, and it's time to play an actual midfield of Odegaard, Partey, and Rice. Period. End of story. And if we play like that going against Man United, I don't care how Man United's form is right now. They will come into Emirates and they will slap us if we play out. So those are my fears. Those are my fears. Those are my thoughts on that. And yeah, no, we are, for a team that's 2-1-0 right now, I feel like we lost 2 out of the first 3 games.
Do you know what it is? Is for me, it's not necessarily results. It's at the moment we should be looking at performances, right? You always say this at the beginning of the season. It's performance. You look at the performances first sometimes. At the end of the season, in the last sort of third of the season, you don't care how you play. You just win games, right? And I'm not sitting there suggesting I think because it all unravels, right? You can look at it and go, well, Arsenal got 7 points, right? Same as Spurs. And for me at the moment, it's massive differences in the squad right now. And listen, things will change. I'm not sitting there suggesting that Arsenal are awful. I don't think you're awful. But I do think there is a problem in the sense for you guys is the right balance. I still don't think at the moment at Arsenal, there's not a balance. Whereas I look at Tottenham right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, by the way. I can't believe I'm saying it because I look at us and I go, there's a balance at Tottenham. Yes, we've got problems. I agree. There's a lot of problems at Tottenham at the moment in the sense of Richarlison not scoring goals, not doing much really. But the bulk of the squad, the back line, the goalkeeper, midfield looks absolutely solid. You don't change it, right? You don't change that you said that solidified bit, that solidified team right now. But yeah, when I look at Arsenal now and I go, just got rid of Kieran Tierney. We had this discussion before.
Yep.
When he's the only real out and out left back at your club right now. My concern with Arsenal, and it's not, I don't care. I support Tottenham, I don't care. But I look at it from a football fan. I go, the one reason I look at Arsenal right now and I go, you've got to know everyone plays the same. So if it doesn't work, you can't then go and say, okay, do you know what? We've tried this. It's not going to work. We're going to put in Kieran Tierney at left back now, we're going to use him to stretch out the play out wide. We'll have one on the right that will play and then drop in as a 3. You don't have that player that changes it, right? You go back, do you know what? We put Ben White back at right back. We go Saliba and Gabriel at centre half, Tierney at left back, and go, do you know what? We're going to change it a little bit because we're going to allow Tierney to play as an attacking winger, attacking left back. The 3 drop in and play as a back 3, and we'll use the midfield to cover the wide players. Arsenal problem by selling Kieran Tierney right now. Listen, if that's in the plans, I have no problem. I can't remember if it's a loan or a deal, or a sale, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It was a loan deal. Obligation, but in grand, just in the whole thing, what you don't have at the moment is a bit of difference, right? at the moment, there's no difference. When I look at Tottenham, right, and I can't believe, again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you look at right back, not the two greatest, but Pedro Porro, much better going forward. You've then got Emerson, who's not amazing, but he's not the worst in the same concept, right? He's not awful, he's not great. He's okay.
Right.
It's two players that will compete for that position. If you look on the left hand, I think it's slightly different. I think Adoji is hands clear of the best left back we've got in the team by a country mile. I think Destiny Adoji is incredible. But what we have got, and at centre half, we are missing two. We're missing a couple more. We're a Romero or a Van de Ven injury away from us having to throw a Davinson Sanchez in. If he gets sold, it then becomes Ben Davis, or it becomes this, it becomes that. So we are short there, but
they're trying to throw it. I saw Spurs are trying to throw Davinson Sanchez into every transfer. By the way, here's Davinson Sanchez too. Take him.
We'll talk about Tottenham versus Bournemouth in a second. Then we'll talk about transfers because there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Tottenham. There is a lot. Not so much going on at Arsenal, but there is one that you did mention just before we started that I really want to get involved with, which will be quite interesting. So
it can't be true, Percy. It can't be true.
It can't be true, but we're gonna save it for the people. It's the best. Yeah. What we have got at the moment, what I am looking now at Tottenham at the moment, I'm going, do you know what? Lovely base, what I'm seeing. I thought 2-0 flattered Bournemouth yesterday, Saturday. I mean, it feels like ages ago. It was the early kickoff on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I think 2-0 completely flattered him. I thought we were brilliant. I think if you had a proper number 9 in there that scores goals, we win that game 4-0 and you go, it's a thumping, right? You go, that's a thumping.
Yeah.
2-0's good. 2-0's good result. I thought we were brilliant on the day. I thought there was so many positives. There were negatives. That I thought Richarlison had a really poor game.
He is pony, man. He is bad. He is so bad.
Richarlison worries me. And the one thing I will say with Richarlison right now, what I don't want to happen, I don't want Richarlison to fall into the category of players that have been here for 4 or 5 years and then we can't get rid of them. We are paying the price right now, and we'll get into the transfers very shortly because it leans straight into that. We've fallen into the problem where we've let so many players rot at this football club. Arsenal had it for a very good period, by the way. The Aubameyang, Ozil era, where it was just
we still have some of those dead players too.
You still got some, but the bulk have gone, right. You're still getting rid of the likes of Rob Holding and stuff like that are still on their way out slowly. But the problem is that Tottenham are a little bit earlier in that stage of that problem. What we've got our issue is the likes of Ndombele can't find a club that he can't find a club that will pay him any sort of the money that he's on at the moment. He's on 200 grand a week. I don't think anyone would offer him 20 grand a week. And I'm being genuinely honest. He's that poor. You then look at the likes of Eric Dyer, which I said to you just at the start of this, that he's got links with Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, which if that is the case, then get it done now.
Highway robbery if that happens.
I tell you what I would say though is if he goes to Bayern Munich, Harry Kane becomes the best wingman 2023, right? Wingman 2023. How is Harry Kane got them going, go and get Eric? Bring him in, trust me, bring him in. If he does that, fair play. So we'll delve into that in a second, but what we're doing now is we're starting to change. I don't want Richarlison to be one of those players in 4 or 5 years where we go, he's still here. He scored 10 goals in 5 seasons and he's still here. Like, right now, Richarlison still has stock. There are teams out there that would buy a Richarlison and they would pay big money for him. Still. Look at Saudi Arabia. Hear me out.
Okay. Saudi Arabia, yeah.
No. But hear me out. Saudi Arabia buying everyone, right? What would they love right now? Do you know what, guys? Let's get Brazil's number 9. Here's 50 million quid. Done. Bye. Let's go and buy someone right now that can do the job. We're not going to. I'm just suggesting it because what they're looking for is names, right? They're not looking for players. They're looking for names. Whether we like it or not, Richarlison's a name. He's Brazil's number 9. He's wearing the shirt that the Ronaldo wore. He's wearing the shirt that Adriano wore. Proper legends of the game, right? I'm not suggesting he is like one of them.
I just think that being Brazil's number 9 lately, like in the last couple of in the last couple of decades, doesn't really carry the weight that it used to.
No, I agree. I'm talking about it from if I'm a Saudi oil prince, I'm sitting there going,
yeah.
No, I mean, what marketing wise, it's brilliant, right? Marketing wise, it's brilliant. It doesn't listen. He could go over there and score 20 goals for all I care. I don't care. I'm just.
But yeah,
he probably could. He probably could go over there, like, but because it's a glorified pub league, right? It's a glorified pub league.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, you might as well call it Soccer Aid, the Soccer Aid League. I mean, I just want some like celebrities just to come in there and play. Why not? But yeah, anyway, that's my only issue at the moment. But I'm loving Ange Postecoglou. I love everything about him. He is amazing. I think he is absolutely brilliant. He's everything that I've wanted in a manager, right? Mm-hmm. Everything. Says it how it is. There's no BS, right? No BS. It's straight to the point. He says it how it is. As an Arsenal fan, what's your genuine thoughts of Ange Postecoglou? I'd love to get your thoughts. I've never asked you yet, but I'm asking you now. I'd love to know your thoughts. Where do you see it? Are you worried about Postecoglou and Tottenham right now? Or are you like, do you know what? I still think they're miles away from us.
It's way too early to tell. And I still get that same speech about Arsenal and the way Arteta is playing and blah blah blah. But I've seen Arteta for 3 or 4 years, right? So I know what's going to happen at the end of the day. But to say Ange Postecoglou is the savior of Tottenham Hotspur, I think it's a little too early to do that. You guys are starting off. You guys are starting with the same record that previous managers who have gotten the can in the last 3 years did as well. So I think,
but TJ, don't you think there's a difference though?
There's a difference in the style of football, Perchy. Yes, but I'm just saying that people are getting a little too excited.
But not just the style of football. By the way, I get what you're trying to say. I get where you're coming from. I'm not talking about style of football. I'm talking about an actual manager that has come in and just gone, do you know what? I'm here because I want to be here. Genuinely, I'm here because I want to be. I'm not here as a stopgap. I'm not here until something better comes along. I'm here because I want to be here and I want to show my worth, right? The one thing I felt that in the last 3 managers we had Conte, who I thought was awful. I genuinely thought he was awful. I felt from near the end. Oh, well, I did actually. I wanted Don.
I mean, why was he awful? Just because of the way his style of football? You didn't like it? I mean, he got you guys in place.
I hated the football. I hated his press conferences. I hated everything about the football club. And
did you hate the results though? He got you to Champions League.
We got there really. I mean, yes, he did. We did get there, but let's be frank and honest with it. Why did we get there? Let's be honest. Why did we get there? Because Arsenal completely threw it away.
Oh, no. You guys played good football. You guys played good defensive football.
We didn't. No, trust me, we didn't. We played all.
You guys got 4th. You guys got 4th. People would kill. People would turn in their own mom for 4th.
Yeah, but that's the problem. But that's the problem right now in football.
Going back to your original question about Postecoglou.
Yeah.
I really I am hoping for your downfall because I am hearing a bunch of Spurs fans saying, oh, we're back. This is going to be incredible. Ange Ball is going to be the savior of everything when it's 3 games in. I think Ange is a great manager. I think if I met Ange in a bar, I'd be like, you know what? This is a guy I want to have a beer with. This is a no-nonsense guy. I like him. I think in front of the cameras, he's very good. But you also have to consider there's only 3 games. You guys have played bad form United, mid-table Brentford, and lower table Bournemouth. I think it was away. But I want
to away game. I think that's harsh. The Brentford away. Look how many people beat Brentford away last season.
Not very many. No, I'm saying it was a draw. All I'm saying, Perchy, is like let's not get too excited because you guys
No,
really haven't played anybody in the top
listen.
6 yet, other than United, who are really struggling right now.
But listen, right now, I thought that Man United game, yeah, Man United were poor, but we played
Yeah.
them off the park. Like, it wasn't one of those where you went, do you know what? That was Man United had an absolute shocker of a day. I thought first off, Man United were wasteful. They should have won that game. And we had this
They had 2
conversation last
chances
week.
that they should have put away.
They should have. They should have been 2 or 3 in luck in the first half,
Yeah.
and it would have been game over. We could have had a different conversation there. But
Yeah.
for me, that second half was absolutely, it was exquisite. It was the best football I've seen us play in nearly a decade.
Yeah.
We were just sublime.
It was very good. And
is,
your midfield is absolutely cooking. I will say that.
What midfield. Yeah.
Like James Madison, I'm still saying I gotta give you credit on that. James Madison, the
Good
fact
signing.
that we bought Kai Havertz for 65 million and you guys got James Madison, who has like four goal contributions, 2 goals in the first 3 games. The guy's absolutely cooking. And I am going to beat this drum until my hand is red. This guy should have been at Arsenal. He should have been our first signing, in my opinion.
Who, James Madison?
Let him go. Yeah, James Madison.
I agree. I was shocked.
We could have been cooking.
I was shocked. I was shocked you didn't try and sign him. I said he's going to go Arsenal. I was saying, if you watched any of my stuff from the summer, I was saying I would be gobsmacked if Arsenal didn't just try and get him for 40. Try and compete with Tottenham for him. I said he'll go there because he'll get Champions League football. I said he'll go there. I was gobsmacked he didn't get him. I'll be honest, I genuinely did. What I would say, like, we still go on to the Ange Postecoglou sort of drama, and in the last half of the show, we're going to talk all things transfers as well. We're going to do that in about 5 or so minutes.
Yeah.
What I would say though, the one thing that I have seen and what I'm just loving the feel-good atmosphere at Tottenham, right? I didn't get the whole point about getting carried away, doing this, doing that. I get all that. The one thing I would say, I'm seeing players play with a smile on their faces for the first time in 4 years? Honestly, people look happy in the club. And I know it sounds silly, but whether we like it or not, Conte he wasn't the manager for Tottenham. I think we can all agree for that. Conte wasn't the right manager. Didn't fit us at all. Like, at all. Didn't fit us at all in the sense of he's a manager that goes in and goes, do you know what? There you go. I need 3 players and I can win you the league. We needed open heart surgery on our team. And finally, we're starting to do it, right? We're starting to do it by getting players out. Just get rid. Players are going to be going in the next few days. And we needed open heart surgery. But you can't do open heart surgery with a Conte. You do an open heart surgery with a Postecoglou because you go, do you know what? He goes, cool. We don't have to, I don't need 60, 70, 80 million pound players. I can get in a 20 million, a 30 million, a 40 million pound player, which he has done. We've got in some good players, right? We spent some good money, but we've bought some good players. Like Van der Ven's been a good signing. The goalkeeper's been a good signing. Madison's been an absolute breath of fresh air. He's got a lot out of the players that we already had. A Doji who's come in. Bissouma, Sarr has started to look better. That front 3 is a bit questionable still, but we're getting there. I think we've rattled through both of our teams right now. We've got a game later. Spurs play Fulham, the team that you guys drew to. How do you think that's going to go?
For you guys, it all depends on what the respective clubs play. I mean, Fulham just got off of a tough 10-man up against Arsenal, and they fought to get the win. It all depends on who takes it more seriously, to be honest. Yeah. That Craven Cottage, that's not an easy place to go. So it really does depend on the starting 11 for Spurs. And honestly, Spurs, I'm predicting Spurs to win that one. I mean, it's probably going to be a close, like 2-1 or something like that. If you guys play a strong lineup, you guys should win. I mean, it's not like you guys have your worry about.
I expect us to go strong today. I really expect us to go strong. I don't mind tweaking, getting a couple in, couple out. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I said it before. I said,
well, who would you see? I would try to find a space for Skip in there, and I would take Richie out.
I would make sure the spine of that team is the same.
Okay.
When I mean spine, I mean Vicario, Romero, Van der Ven, Sarr, Bissouma. I think Lo Celso's going to play, which I don't mind. Lo Celso's coming in from Madison.
He should play. He should play.
That's the spine. Well, he's already said Lo Celso's coming in. He's already said that. That for me is just spine. I don't mind him going put in Emerson at right back for Porro. I don't mind that. I don't even mind if he puts in Davis for Doji. Again, don't mind that too much. And you're right, that front three has to be shuffled. Solomon, I would go Solomon, Perisic, Son. That'd be my three.
Perisic in the middle?
No. Perisic on the left.
Oh, okay.
Solomon on the right, Son down the middle.
Oh, Son down the middle. Oh, okay. Son down the middle. See, I've heard Son isn't good down the middle.
No.
Your fan base is extremely split over that.
I think Son has to play down the middle. I was going to ask
if like a Scarlett would get a shot.
No. I personally, not for me. I think every time I've seen that kid play, I think he's a nice lad, comes across like a nice bloke, but he don't score enough. He doesn't score when he gets a chance. He needs a loan deal at a championship side where he goes and gets 15 to 20 goals in the championship, in all competitions or whatever you want to call it, and then show it. The problem is at every level this kid's played at, he hasn't scored many goals, which, whether you like it or not, if you're not scoring at League One, you're not scoring in the Premier League, right? So if you're not scoring at League One, why would you have a chance of scoring in the Premier League? I mean, it's a much bigger league.
I have a case in point. His name's Eddie Nketiah, but go ahead.
But he scores for you guys, whether you like it or not. He scores for you.
He's starting to pick up a little bit of form now, but he last season 4 goals with how many starts he had, it's not acceptable. It's not enough.
Yeah,
but we'll see what happens.
He's not prolific though, is he? He's not prolific, right?
I would be I would not be surprised to see Eddie Nketiah start for us against United. But if he doesn't perform, I want Jesus. Obviously, I want Jesus to start. But if Nketiah starts, I'm not going to be surprised. It's just kind of going to be like a roll your eyes type situation. But whatever.
Do you think you'll beat Man United on the weekend?
Yes, I do. I think we should. Your
place.
It depends.
It's your place, right?
What am I talking about? We have to freaking play a 4-2-3-1 and be solid at the back. I know United are dead in the attack. They are dead in the attack. But our midfield has been. We've been trying to shoehorn Kai Havertz in there. He's been absolutely dead. He needs to be dropped. Play our top 3 midfielders. Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right. I'm struggling with who to start at striker. Jesus, if he's fit, he needs to start. Jesus, start. That's what I'm worried about. He didn't start against Fulham because I don't think he's fit yet. And then our normal back 4. If we do play that, we will beat United because United are a shambles right now. They barely got away from Nottingham Forest. So
they are in panic mode at the moment in transfers.
Yeah, I mean, do you think United have? And maybe this is a good question for Spurs too. Is do you guys think with the attack you have, do you guys get into Europe? Say you guys don't sign Johnson.
If that 3 is this 3 that we stayed in the season, do we get back into Europe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we get into the Champions League? No.
Yeah.
Thank
you for being honest, Perchy, because
I think we get back into Europa League maybe.
Yeah. You think Europa League or you think Conference League?
Either. It doesn't matter. Either one doesn't matter. I think either one, anywhere between 5th and 8th, basically.
Yeah. Because you guys. There's a lot of your fan base, and I'm not saying you, Perchy. There's a lot of your fan base being like, "We're gonna cook. We're never gonna lose." You know, Ange Ball is the best.
It's not gonna be like that. I'm not delusional.
That's what I'm saying. 3 isn't good enough.
No, it's not. We don't. The problem is at the moment it's not scoring goals, right? We scored 1 goal in 3 games in that front 3. It's not good enough, right?
Yeah. Adrian Parker, you are a joker.
Big up, Adrian. Big up. You're always in there. Much love, Adrian. No.
Come on, man.
The thing is for me, until we start, what I will say, the front 3 will start scoring goals. I know it will. There's goals in them. The problem is it's finding the right balance, right? And I think that's the key. We haven't found the right balance with that front 3. And what we're doing at the moment, we're still wounded at the moment. As an attacking player, when people hear what I'm saying, they hear the words before you jump in it. We're wounded because we're trying to work out how to score goals like Harry Kane. Still, we will do, by the way. I didn't think when Harry Kane left the club, all of a sudden, all things can be fine. Richarlison's going to start getting 15, 20 goals this season. Son's going to get back to scoring loads of goals. Kulusevski's going to start. No, it's going to take time, right? It's going to take time with these lads. But how long does it go? Because you can't go until if you're not scoring goals, how long does it take? How long do you leave it? I think today's a good opportunity to rotate a little bit in that front three. Try some down the middle. Try something a little bit different. But Manor Solomon, who I think deserves an opportunity today, I think he will start. And yeah, go Perisic on the left. Perisic is probably the best crosser of the ball we've got in this team, right? He's a proper winger. Listen, I wasn't a big advocate of him. I said he should have gone. I thought he was awful. I thought he was really poor last season. I called him a dead ball specialist. He was literally that. He could cross a ball from a corner and get goals from it. But apart from that, he didn't do much. But he was playing left wing, right? He was a left wing back. Didn't have the energy getting back, and it was causing so many issues. Play him in an attacking role where he doesn't have to be so demanding of defending, because we'll play higher up the pitch. He won't have to track back as much. I think we're good. I think tonight will be good to see if that'll be my front three personally.
Okay.
I'm not too against if he maybe wants to put Kulusevski in one or play somebody else on the left. I don't mind. Just change it up a little bit. It's a real opportunity to go, do you know what? Give it an opportunity to change it up a bit. But anyway, I think we'll be fine tonight. I think we'll be fine against Burnley. I think.
Oh yeah, you guys got Burnley on the weekend. Yeah, you guys are going to be fine. Dang it!
I think
I was really hoping Burnley were to come out and rip up trees. So far, they haven't.
They're getting there. They'll get there, right? They're a good side. They're a good footballing side.
Yeah, I think they'll stay up. I think they'll stay up, but I don't think
there's three worse teams in them, right? Do you know what I mean? And two of them are Wolves and Everton. So Wolves, Everton, Sheffield United, Luton are all worse than Burnley this season. Burnley will be fine. They're not going to be easy. So that's how it is. Let's move on slightly because we're going for another 20 odd minutes, 22 minutes. Make sure you've got your questions in the chat, and we'll do that in the last 5-10 minutes. We'll see your questions and stuff. Transfer news is going balmy. It's what we call crazy season, right? It's what we call, as a YouTuber, this is where you pay your bills, right? This is bill paying time. Because you can This is bill playing time for the YouTubers because everything's happening. We've got news. I'm gonna read out some of the news that I've just looked since I've gone live 40 minutes ago. Borussia Dortmund are pushing hard to sign Eric Dyer. Mark Cucurella to Man United on a loan with an option to buy. Loan fee offered in excess of 2 million. Not enough yet, but Man United insist in the next few hours. We had another one, Benjamin Pavard landing in Milan. There's another one that's come out of Jesper Lindstrom has joined Napoli from Eintracht Frankfurt because Hervin Lozano is going back to PSV to replace Bakayoko, who looks like he's on his way to Brentford. The merry-go-round. Don't you just love it? What else we've got? We've got other ones. Man United have made contact over a potential short-term move for Sergio Reguilon if they can't get Cucurella. That will be fine. Get him gone. He's awful. You can have him. Man United have contacted Tottenham about signing Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and are open to selling the midfielder. Please, another one.
That one. You know things are bad at Man United when they're looking at Cucurella and Højbjerg. Oh boy.
Yeah, I agree. Another one that's just come in. Eric Dyer has been offered to Bayern Munich. It is to be determined if they are taking up the opportunity. So that's another one that's happened. There is absolutely loads going on. Carlos Baledba is just signed his contract with Brighton. Here we go, confirmed for 27 million euros plus 3 mil deal of add-ons for Lille, for the Lille player. You just know he's going to be worth £80 million in about 12 to 24 months' time. because Brighton. I mean, that's amazing, by the way. Brighton sell Caicedo for £150 million. They replace him with a lad from Lille, a Cameroonian lad from Lille, for about £25 million. I mean, that's
Yep.
just sense smart, isn't it? I think they're the most well-run football club. They do things spot on. You wish a club was like Brighton. I don't care. I think Brighton are the most well-run football club. Other ones since we went live, I think that was all of them. Romano's just tweeted again. 80k Athens are keen on signing George Baldock, and talks to take place. Yeah, from Sheffield United. But let's talk about one of the craziest transfer stories that you've read. Do you know if this is true or not, or is it speculation from the beauty that is Twitter or X?
This is why I need to get it. This is why I need to get off Twitter. But I did look it up. Football London is saying things about it, and it just says Mudryk and two other Chelsea stars to sign in Smith Rowe Arsenal swap deal. So we are talking about dealing Emil Smith Rowe to Chelsea potentially for a Mudryk coming back the other way. Because Mudryk has absolutely bombed at Chelsea. I
mean, would you not find it a bit weird if you signed him now?
I would think it's very weird, but it would be peak Edu and Arteta for that to happen. So I don't think that Emil Smith Rowe has gotten a fair shake after coming back from his injury. Unfortunately, he is injury prone, and he just hasn't fit into Arteta's plans. Obviously, he got Kai Havertz to slot in instead of making Emil Smith Rowe a regular at the left side, on the left side of the mid. So you can tell that Arteta does not rate this guy high enough to put him in the starting 11 on a consistent basis. I was really hoping that we would be able to see Emil Smith Rowe in, an FA Cup, in a Carabao Cup, and see if he could gain some form. Have him come on as a late impact substitution. We saw that a lot 2 years ago before his injury. He was ripping up trees, but now he, the nagging injury, and he just can't get into the starting 11. If he can get into the starting 11 at Chelsea, sure, sell him and have somebody else come back the other way. Mudryk, that'd be weird. I mean, he has the pace, but he has shown also in the Premier League that he has not produced. He just hasn't produced. And, go ahead.
Would you suggest, though, that if you got him in, it improves your squad? Not necessarily your 11. So I don't think he gets in over Saka.
He doesn't get in over Saka or Martinelli. Mm-mm.
But then you go, who's the ones below that now? You go maybe Trossard, and then you say Reece Nelson.
Trossard and Reece Nelson, who hasn't seen the pitch since like early June or like June. He picked up an injury before our first preseason game, and we haven't seen him since. So
would that make sense why you'd go for him though?
It would make sense, but again, I think it would be another almost an Arteta ego signing to say, "Hey, we wanted this guy before. Now we have a chance to get him. We can get Emil Smith Rowe out, who's never going to get a sniff. Get Mykhailo Mudryk in as a useful backup on either the left or the right. Like, I can understand he has the pace that Trossard doesn't. He has the pace that Reece Nelson and Pepe, who's training with the team, doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. So it from a speed perspective, I get it, because we have a lot of speed, and adding him would bolster that speed, especially off the bench. But from a production standpoint, it doesn't make sense. I want people that can produce. From the left side. Trossard can produce. He put in a shocker against Fulham. I'll go ahead and say that right now. But he didn't. But from that left side, Trossard cooks. So I wouldn't necessarily.
No, I like Trossard. I think Trossard was an absolute. We were linked with him, and I was gutted that he went to you guys.
Yeah.
I said he would be exactly the player we wanted. No, I agree.
Again, we're dealing in speculation here, Perchy. Though that's the thing, is we're dealing in speculation. If this happens, I will be shocked. I don't think it will. I think this is a tabloid headline almost that everybody's picking up on. But yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Emil Smith Rowe go either out on loan or just a straight sell because he
Where do you
doesn't
see
fit
him
into
go? Where
Arteta's
would you
plan.
see where would you see him going? That's the I'd
Hopefully
like to
not
know that's the question.
Chelsea.
Where No. But let's just say he doesn't goes out on loan. But where does he go on loan? I'm not saying Chelsea, but where? I'll give you an option. Where would you think it would work for him to go out on loan to? What would be a sensible loan deal to loan him to?
Someone lower down the table, so it'd be like a West Ham or an Aston Villa.
Would West Ham sign him? I mean, they've spent.
I don't know. That's the thing. We're just getting
maybe
speculation.
if,
I'm just saying where
if
he would fit
they
in.
lost Paqueta, maybe if they lost Paqueta, then
Yeah.
loaning Smith Rowe wouldn't be a bad bit of business, right?
I'm just speculating to where he would actually fit in, and a team that he might want to go to. But Emil Smith Rowe, man, I love this kid. I wish he could stick around, but you know, he's if he's not going to get a sniff, it's better for his career to go. You know.
Oh, I agree. I think I could see him going somewhere in Germany. If I'm honest, I could see him.
Well, Germany. He played out there before.
Yeah, I could see him playing out in Germany. I think he's a good player. So definitely, I could see that being a place for him to go. Let's talk about. Is there anything else that's sort of floating about?
Yeah,
this was one I wanted to say. This is one for Spurs fans. They'll like to hear this one. Aston Villa and Barcelona are in talks with Clement Longley, and as revealed earlier by Fabrizio Romano, they're going to try and bring Clement Longley in as a replacement for the injured Tyrone Mings. Now, Spurs fans, we didn't want him, so he's not coming. Are you excited that he's not coming? But are you worried now at the moment that we are light at the back? Because I think we are, mate. Do you not think?
Yeah, 100%. One injury, and you guys are done. One injury, you guys are done. Van de Ven goes down. You are in the exact same position you were in last season.
Yeah, that's the worry we're in at the moment. I agree. I think we have to sign a centre half before deadline day. It would be criminally negligent not to sign a centre half, right?
I mean, yes, it would be, especially because there will be knocks that get picked up. And if you guys are trying to go anywhere in domestic competitions too, you guys need somebody competent back there that isn't named Davison Sanchez or Eric Dyer. And if Eric Dyer does go out, which I don't think, I mean, has he even been on the bench for you guys?
He's not in the team. He's not been in the team.
Done. He'll never play another game in Spurs.
He's already played his last. He's played his last game for Tottenham. He won't be.
Yeah, so
cue him get announced in about what? In about an hour's time when he gets announced on the team as captain today. You just know it, won't it? Like we say, he's never played a game and captains the team today. But
so somebody picks up a knock, or Ramiro gets his customary red card for some reason. You guys are in trouble.
Hey, listen, no. I'm not having Romero slander anymore. Listen, I'm on the Romero train now. Listen, don't slander. I'm being facetious, of course, but because obviously everyone thinks I hated Romero. I don't. I just was very, very critical of a player that I felt needed to do a lot more, right? But listen, I think having Van de Ven next to him has shown he's much calmer, and maybe after giving a lad the armband might not have been a bad bit. Might have been such strategic movement from Ange Postecoglou, and I thought that was clever. If that was, I'm not saying it was, but if it was, that was smart because
you think it was a big old social experiment?
Because now we've got a man. I don't think it was. I wouldn't say it is a social experiment, but what I would say is what you've got now is you've got a player that has now been given the respect. Is that the right word? I don't think respect is the right word. What he's been given the what's the right word? Responsibility is the word I'm thinking of. He's now been given some responsibility, and now what you're seeing is a player that's got a bit of responsibility. He's not a kid. I'm not having this. He'll get better. Not having that. He's a 24-year-old Look at Saliba. He's 22 and he's shown what he can do at his age, at 22.
Yep.
For me, I think he's very, very good. I think he's an absolute brilliant player. But yeah, so for me at the moment, I think we need to go and buy some centre halves. A couple. If we don't sell Sanchez, I'm not going to be crying. I'd be annoyed if we don't sell him. But the concern is this is my concern, right? And I'll air it all out to you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
We're going for about 10 more minutes. We're going for another 10 more minutes, guys. So please get your questions in and we will read them. My concern is if Dyer goes, Sanchez goes, now you're in trouble, right? Because then you're then relying on your back four, your back two, Romero, Van der Ven, then what? Ben Davis? Not sure. Japhet Tanganga? Definitely not sure. Joe Rodon's already gone out on loan. He's not involved at all. Yeah. That's my fear at the moment.
That's a good fear to have, because if I saw Tanganga in your left, our attackers and a lot of attackers in the Premier League will be licking their chops.
My concern is if we don't go and buy a centre half, at least one.
Ooh.
At least one. We've signed one already. I said at the start of the window we needed 3. And now my fears are slightly coming to a drift. I think that I understand why people were getting annoyed that we didn't accept the 9 million euros from Rennes for Sanchez. I kind of get that. The only bit of what I want to say credence to it is that with Sanchez, they know that Forest are linked with him. So it's a good bargaining chip, right? You go, you guys want 50 million. We value Sanchez at about 15 million quid. Can we meet in the middle and pay around 25 million pound? And you can have Sanchez in part of the deal, and we can sign Brennan Johnson for 25 million pound. And if we do that, I'm then not as worried. When we're talking about 50 million quid for Brennan Johnson, I get very worried.
It's a lot of money.
That it is a lot of money for a kid. It's a lot of money for a kid that hasn't really done it. And guys, in the chat, I'm going to read out some comments. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's go from the top. We're going to read you guys out. I'm going to start with you guys if you're still here. Sorry, I haven't read them out. I'm plowing through quickly. Big up, James Joyce. Big up, Perchi. I watch your lunchtime shows. Thank you so much. On my drives to work here in Chicago. So rarely comment. Big up to you, mate. I see you come in. I come in on the odd occasions. Big up Lily White Lane. Big up, guys. If you're still in the chat, thank you. Big up, Josh. This guy's a real one. Go over to Instagram and go over to Spurs Live and subscribe to this lad. He was on the Spurs review on Sunday, and it was a real good laugh, Josh. Really good laugh with you. You made yourself heard, and I like it. I like that a lot. You said it has. Who do you guys like from each other's club, and no obvious answers? Okay, I'm assuming like the likes of Saka is an obvious one, and maybe Heung-min Son for Spurs. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay, I'll go on then. Go on, TJ. Let you go first, mate.
Udogie, next.
Oh, okay. Oh, can I go Saliba then? Is that an obvious answer? I don't know.
I think that's an obvious one.
Is it an obvious one? He's a 22.
I think that's an obvious one.
I think Saliba would transform. Okay, fine. That's fine.
He's like our best player.
Yeah, that's
right
fair.
now,
That's fair. I'm just working back. I'm just trying to work out what we've got compared in our 11 and to your 11. I'm gonna say Trossard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I would have said Martinelli, but I think that's again a very obvious one. So I'm gonna go Trossard only because I think he would, if he was at Tottenham, he'd get 10 or 15 goals, and he would be what we need at the moment. Big up, Josh, baby. Go over to Spurs Live. And Josh, if you're still here, mate, pop your link in the chat, and everyone in there, go and subscribe to Josh. He's a real one. Big up, Barrett. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. And what I would say, guys, have we had any new subscribers? We haven't. Come on, 1 subscriber away from 2,100. I get
what?
There. And then 2 people unsubscribe. And I was like, come on. I want to get 2,100 today.
Get it done, guys.
Have we spent 50 million on Johnson? It is what is being touted at the moment, right? It's being touted. Hasn't happened just yet. Hey, it's one of those deals that I wouldn't be too against the owner, Daniel Levy, messing up. Maybe. Let's see. Big up Seven, channel member. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up Perchy, just watching at work. Got you guys on my earbuds. Listen, I got TJ on my earbuds as well. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's not yet done. Big up Bobby K. This is a real one. Absolute real one in the community. He's always there. Big up Bobby. Hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you're doing all good, my friend. Don't really think we should sign Brennan. He's going to turn out just like Richie. Maybe. The one thing he does have is he's got pace, right? Let's see. We can't do it. Listen, if he comes in, I want him to do well, but I am worried. But it's worry because we're lacking in goals, right? That's my big worry, and we've got 1,000,001 wingers. We don't need another winger. Look at you guys all chatting to each other now. We are just.
We had a question from Adrian at 11:48 or 48 past the hour, rather.
Yes. Just flying through some. Yeah. We aren't letting goals. We aren't letting in goals, are we? The front three will change and be fluid. Yeah, I agree. I think we have to get there, Adrian. I do agree. I agree. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. What did you say? What time?
48 past the hour.
Oh, yes. Found it. One question I have. Comparing to other clubs, why have all of a sudden Aston Villa and Newcastle are favoured by everyone as potential European spaces if not top four? Why not Tottenham? Well, what I would say here, Adrian, I don't think I think you got a lot of Spurs fans that want to put Tottenham in that thing. I think at the moment, I think we're just not just there yet. What Aston Villa and Newcastle are doing, they're buying well. Villa more so than anyone. I think Aston Villa are acting like a proper football club, right? I think that's the key bit. Whether we like it or not with Clement Longley, whether we like it or not, they get an injury, and the first thing they do is cool, we need a centre half. Can we get one? Yeah, Longley's available. He will fit. He can help because he can do this, that, and the other. Boom, he's in. On the phone, done. Oh, they'll probably get him on loan to the end of the season with an option to buy him. Done and dusted, right? And that just sorts out a small problem they've had. Look at who they've signed. Moussa Diaby walks into both Tottenham and Arsenal right now, I think. I'll be honest. I think Moussa Diaby gets into both teams. Who else have they signed? Pau Torres. I think I would have him at Spurs. He's not amazing, but he would fit our system. I'm just trying to think who else they've signed. They've signed a few others. I'm going to have to check it.
Yeah.
Can
I have a crack at this one?
Go on.
Yeah, so Adrian, you also have to look at the quality. I mean, the overall quality of the squads, both of those squads are way better, and the transfer windows they've had show that they're absolutely serious. And whether you like it or not, Tottenham are going through a transitional period right now to where they're going to need to reestablish themselves as a European club, and that is not going to happen overnight. Like, yeah, they had a great start, and potentially Postecoglou could get them there. But there are not a lot of players that have been, you know what, I want to go to Tottenham. You know,
yeah.
Whereas Aston Villa and Newcastle, they've shown they're serious. They're splashing the cash. You got very good managers in Unai Emery and Eddie Howe. You know, the prospects are looking up and they're already in Europe. So that's exactly that's why.
No, I agree, mate. I absolutely agree. And yeah, just to sort of go through Villa's transfers, Moussa Diaby, they paid 55 million euros for. Pau Torres, 33 million euros for. Zaniolo on loan from Galatasaray for 5 million euros with an option to buy, Yuri Tillemans on a free. I mean, that just improves them, right? That's just improved that. That's good business, right? That's really, really good business. So for me at the moment, I'm looking at it and going, they're on the right trajectory, right? They're going that way. Tottenham can get there. We're going to have to play a little bit of catch up with some of these teams. Newcastle as well, by the way. Good business from them, right? Good business. And just we'll see. I think what I would say to you on this one, mate, and this is the last thing. We're going to end the show in about a couple of minutes quickly. I've got to shoot off because I'm doing a watch along with Sava and Haz from Southview Boys for the Fulham game. as it's not on TV in England. That's fun, isn't it?
Are you
Brilliant.
serious?
What a great thing. Probably the biggest game of the tie, and it's not on telly. Brilliant. That makes sense. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, I sit back and go, we need to start doing business, right? Like that. We need to be getting players in, like a Moussa Diaby, buying players in that level, buying players to the system. I'm hoping we are. Listen, I hope to be proven wrong on Brennan Johnson. I really do hope I am. But listen, we're playing later on. I think we're going to beat Fulham 3-1. I predicted 3-1. And listen, let's see. Let's see. I think I'm excited. I think the way we're playing is really good. And listen, it's onwards and upwards, right? Don't you think? Last words from you, my friend.
No comment. No. I think you guys will win 2-1. I think you guys will win 2-1. Coming from a neutral perspective, not trying to beat you guys up too much, but if you guys keep that same spine, rotate a couple of players in and out, but again, at the same time, I would love to see Fulham knock you guys out early, but it probably won't happen. It probably won't happen. 2-1 Spurs. Dang it.
Knowing my luck, Dye is walking out as captain.
Yeah, you just made that 3-1 prediction.
Fraser Forster's in goal. He starts Dane Scarlett, and then we all go. Oh, he starts Richarlison. I don't know which one's worse. And then we lose the game 3-0, and we all go in absolute apeshit mode. We passed the 15, 20 minutes mode, so we can swear now. Mate, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you so much.
Again. Guys, no, this has been a lot of fun.
Guys, get over to TJ and subscribe. His name is in the title of the show. So please, guys, go over there and subscribe to him. Great content over there, really good stuff. We need to do something on me. We need to go do something on yours at some point. Definitely, we've got to do something over yours.
North London Derby week, man. We got to light it up. Let's do it.
North London Derby week. We'll be making a real big segment of all of this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you on the back, TJ, because obviously next week I'm flying back to the UK, so we won't be able to do the show this time next week because
no worries. We'll figure it out.
I'll be on an aeroplane, but we'll definitely be moving around. But yeah, on that note, guys, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, and come on, you Spurs. And on that note, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back again with another Rivalries episode next week. At some point, whenever we do it. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Let's go.
Bye. Bye.
And here's Kane! He sits on Tottenham's loftiest perch, beyond even the great Greaves. Spurs